All right, I'm starting the recording. Just make sure everyone's okay with me recording, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. So
All right.
right, right
So
here, you can see an example of ones that I made. The CMake list and the package XML for the camera publisher.
cool.
Are one of you guys streaming right now?
Not yet. I just want to quickly go over the last meeting, what we
Oh,
did,
okay.
and then we'll just get to today's stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, just so we're consistent and we remember what we went over. Okay, so quickly, last time we went over a lot of the timeline. That's now in the agenda under pinned documents. I saw the other groups do this to have like a list of things for reference, so that's just kind of what I'm adopting now. Um, so we did that together, automation, talk about raw stuff. Didn't get to a lot of that because we did the timeline, which we'll be doing today. For GUI, we were talking about piping stuff with GUI. More to come on that. Working with Ross. Aramis says he's got function stubs working. Yeah, we'll be doing more integration stuff. Simulation, joystick, controller, gazebo. We talked in the general meeting on Sunday, and it seems like we'll have I always forget her name, Zanel Patel. She should be able to help us model that orange tracker for like the drop weight task. It's not catable in SolidWorks because it won't be something that you can do on a engineering style CAD program, but she's able to do it through Blender, which is more of an art style one, to get those textures and colors for the CAD models we need. So sounds doable. So they'll be working on that. Everything else I think is reflected pretty well in the notes. For CV, Gazebo in simulation is going to kind of prereq this. So this is effectively kind of frozen and just depending on simulation before we get to it. And then on a quick note, Mechanical will be working on their torpedoes. So torpedo subsystem is something that we would get to if we're able to, you know, do well with everything else first, because the priority is getting state machines running with things as is and integrating all of that before we actually move on after bug testing, et cetera, et cetera. And then if Torpedo gets up and running, then we'll look at drop weight task, which would be the next thing that Mechanical would do after Torpedo is finalized. So those are kind of the next steps in terms of the timeline. All right. If there are no questions on any of that, then we'll move over to today's stuff, which is, I guess under general, we'll put ROS demo slash tutorial screen share recording question mark. All right. I'm guessing Marios, you're the most experienced if you're okay volunteering for this.
I would say yeah, but I've been having some Ubuntu problems lately, and I don't have Discord on my Ubuntu either.
Oof. Okay.
I guess someone else could run it and I could kind of explain what to do, like I was doing with Lucas the other time.
Sure. Lucas, do you want to try it or do you want me to try it?
You want me to go over like what we did back in spring, like demo slides, like the Ross workshop?
So like the last time when Marios was guiding you through Ross and he was kind of like saying, "Oh, do this, do that," and then
Yeah.
you would run the commands and stuff.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, cool. I will keep recording and then I will look at your screen share to record that. Hey, Roger.
Hello.
So what we're doing is we're going to be going over ROS, and I'm recording today's meeting so that we have a video kind of tutorial to look back on later.
Very nice, very nice.
So we're gonna start with that right now, or do you want to go through like all the other updates too?
I guess while Lucas is getting that up, we can go through updates. So on automation, I don't really have a lot of updates since timeline kind of took precedence over that. And then that was Sunday, and today is Monday. Um, so yeah, today's automation is just going to be looking at that tutorial that we're going to do together. Are there any updates for GUI?
Currently I'm just working on like getting ROS. I'm going through the tutorials on ROS.
All right. ROS tutorials.
I don't know. I don't know if the state machines are the best examples to use for like a tutorial and stuff.
It would be the most relevant one though, right, to us?
Because I mean, the way they do it with like, where's it? Task. Because like it deals with Smash and stuff too, right? So where the subscribers and publishers are in the states, and the way we do it is like we grab those states from a different Python file. Like you can showing people how it works and all that is fine, but like explaining subscribers and publishers, I don't think that's a good example to use. Does that make sense?
So I guess it's different from the standard because we use cdragon states.py rather than Ross's kind of subscriber publisher thing, right?
Well, we use subscribers and publishers, but those are back in the states in cdragon states.py, and then each state machine, imports that at the top and just uses the states. So it's kind of weird.
Hmm.
So
It might not be like case example of the tutorials, but I think that just going over the way we implement it is helpful because that's the current way that we're gonna use it.
like the ROS topic pub and echo thing.
Yeah, like kind of where I'm at is we've already done a lot of looking into practice branching out discovery of like different methods and ways of getting this to work, and so far this is the only working method we have. So it'd be nice if we could do it in a more standard ROS way that aligns with tutorials, but I think where we're at now we should kind of just integrate and bunker down on what we have um, in time for the competition so that we have something working. And then if we want to refine it or make it more standard, then I think we can do that later.
Mm.
Unless you think like there's a better, easier way or something.
I was just thinking like there might be a better example for like a ROS tutorial would be like the listener talker node that they basically have in their tutorial. You can just explain like how it works and then show it using ROS topic echo. I mean, actually, we don't need that for that tutorial because they straight up print it themselves.
Yeah. Um, so you have the most experience with this. Let's go with what you think would be a good showing for today's demo.
Would it be better if we postpone the demo to like Friday or something, and I would have something up and then I need to
Um,
show you guys?
Sure, if you really feel that way. What do you think we should do for today's meeting then? Because that's all I kind of thought of in terms of planning.
I'm not sure. It's just yeah. Uh,
If you'd like, we can just go off the top of our head and do like a live demo, maybe not as good as we
Yeah.
would have wanted, and then we can have
Yeah,
more
that's what
material
I'm
for
thinking.
Friday.
Yeah, so like we can go through like the Ross Topic Pub, Ross Topic Echo thing that I was going with Lucas today, and then on Friday I can actually like kind of explain how like publisher subscribers work with like the talker listener node.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Does anybody have any objections to this? All right. Hearing none, I guess that's the best relevant course of action then. All right, so I guess do you want to narrate, Lucas, what you're doing, or do you want me to try and narrate for you? Can't hear you if you're speaking, Lucas.
Can you hear me?
Right now I can.
Yeah, I fucked up, so I'll have to close the window and do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, just give me a moment. Sorry about that.
No worries, we're all learning.
So you want me to demo the Leviathan ROS machines like last time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much the same thing.
All right.
So since it's like a demo and stuff, you probably don't need to run the whole thing with like master and then all the state machines. Probably just one state machine should be fine.
Dang, you look like an elite hacksaw now, Lucas. Just spawning new terminals like that.
I noticed I've been doing that. I was noticing like last week, working with Mario. It's like, oh, I got all these things going on. Finally become hacker man.
Yep. You do it so smooth and effortlessly too.
Oh no, I tried to make a bash script to ease this, but it didn't work. For some reason, the bash script isn't working.
Yep.
So I'm just going back to old commands and go back and see if I can make that script work.
That's typical development. You try to make optimizations don't work out. You actually waste more time on them, so you just go back to doing what works.
All right, I think we're good.
Cool.
All right.
Will 4 terminals be enough, Marios?
Let's see. So Ross core, we'll do like the buoy state machine, I think, and that has the most states to go through. And then one for Ross topic echo, and then one for Ross topic
Pub.
pub. So yeah, I think so.
All right. So you want me to go on ahead, or
Yeah.
you want to narrate it, and then I just
Well, I guess I could narrate it. So the first thing you need to do is whenever you run a ROS package or a ROS node or something, is you need to run ROS core. So it's like the master node that controls, makes sure everything run. So there it is. Start it up, and then after that, you can start running your ROS nodes.
Oh,
So
you should probably do ROS clean because I don't think you ever ran that.
no, I have not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Eventually the logs become big. And that was
Well,
just from the warning that it gave earlier. So if you scroll up, you'll see it in red. And it'll probably give you the full... Oh, can you arrow key back up or something?
not quite sure how it works. I remember it being either no, that. Shoot. Forgot there was a way to scroll in Tmux. I forgot what it was.
Just
Ryan.
run ROS core again, and it'll give you the same error message.
He already ran ROS. No, he didn't. He just ran ROS clean. He didn't exactly purge. So yeah, just run ROS core. And there it is, the red right there.
Yeah, it just says ROS clean.
Yeah, and then so if you run ROS clean, just try it real quick. It'll give you like the flags that you can use for different kinds of ROS clean.
Say that again.
Just run ROS clean real quick.
Too few arguments.
There it is, and then it shows you right there. You can do -H for like purge. No wait, no, never mind. It's ROS clean and then purge -H just for help.
Just that?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then yes. So that'll clear the logs for you. And then now if you run ROS core, you won't have that warning.
Alright.
Nice.
Wow. Alright, we were left off at ROS core.
Okay, so yeah, after you run ROS core, you can run like the ROS packages and all that that you want to run. So right now we're going to start the buoy state machine. Python buoy task. Okay, so now it's in a state called idle, right? And idle, it's checking a topic. Where is it? I'm just double checking to make sure. Okay, so yeah, it's checking a topic called buoy enable, right? And so this would originally come from a different node, but like the way we do things to check it, the logic of different different nodes and all that is we use something called ROS topic pub, and this allows you to publish information, you know, values and like stuff like that to a topic. So if you do ROS topic pub right now, and then space, and then just tab a bunch of times, it shouldn't keep doing it again. It's not giving you anything.
Oh.
Okay, there it is. That's what I was looking for. So it'll give you like all the topics that are in use right now, and these are the topics you can publish information to. And if you see the first one is buoy enable, so if you just type that out, it'll autocomplete for you if you press tab, and then if you keep on pressing tab, it'll autofill like the rest of you, so you can see what kind of topic it is. So you see standard message is bool, so that means you can either publish a true or a false. And so this is just waiting for true on that topic before it moves on to the next state. So if you do true, you'll see it move over to the next state, touch flat. Now this state is timed and stuff. So what this one does is it publishes a value to the YA PWM. So if you go over to the terminal to the left and you do ROS topic echo, the bottom left one, and then you do slash, then not buoy enable. Go to YA PWM. YA PWM, not buoy enable.
Not buoy enable?
No, YA underscore PWM.
Alright.
So there it is. So if you look at the top right, it moved to actually move to the next state. This one's also timed to move back. And you'll see it's publishing -280 to YA PWM. And what this is doing is basically trying to make the motors move back. So yeah, it just keeps on publishing that over and over again. And there it is. So now move to the next state, set that to 0 to turn the motors off. So now the next state right there, if you're able to follow it at all, is a move up.
So, real quick, just to be clear, the transition for that state was just a timer, right?
Yes, yes. The move forward one and the move back one were timers. So now this one right here, though, it's checking it's checking the depth, right? So the topic is, if you look at above, it's the depth underscore control slash state one, right? But if you move to the left one real quick, we can echo the set point. So you can see. So it's telling it what depth it wants it to go to.
Oh dang. Are you guys able to still see the stream?
I'm still in it.
Okay, yeah, mine lagged out for a moment. Alright, seems good now.
Set point isn't echoing anything.
Yeah, I might have only published it once, and so we
Probably missed
we
it.
weren't ready for it. So, but yeah, so the first time it runs into this state, it'll publish a value to this topic set point, telling it what depth it wants to be. And so yeah, now it's just waiting until it gets to that depth. I'm not sure what it is. So we above depth. Okay, so 24. So now it's waiting, basically waiting to get to 24, right? So if you ROS topic pub to the state 24, I think you misspelled depth. You see this one's an integer, 24. It goes back to the move forward, and then, so yeah, this would be back on yaw PWM. So this one's also timed, and since it's forward, like before, it's just publishing a value like 280, but instead of negative, this time it would be positive. And this one's also timed.
So what we're doing right now is trying to see if depth control set point returns anything.
Yeah, because after this move forward, it's gonna have a move down one. So yeah, we'll be able to see if it publishes anything to set point. And it went to move down and it didn't. Interesting. That might be a problem.
So it transitioned to the wrong state?
No, it went to the right state, but if you look at the bottom left and stuff, nothing
It's
was
not fitting.
published to set point. So
Hmm.
how would the sub actually move to that depth if nothing's published to the set point? It's just waiting for it to get to the right depth, but not telling it what depth that is.
I see.
And so bugs like this is precisely why we run it like this. Try to see if it's publishing what it's supposed to and waiting for what it's supposed to. And it looks like right now it's not publishing what it's supposed to.
Yeah, and hopefully when we integrate with simulation, that'll become obvious also.
So let me open Giant Statify. I'm just gonna check to see if it's a quick fix.
Actually, the bottom left terminal, is it still going? Because I
Yeah.
saw a like Control C there.
That was above it, right?
I believe so.
You can check to see if you pressed enter or not.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's still going.
okay. But it's not updating any new values.
I mean, try publishing straight to depth control set point to see if it is working correctly.
what Mario? What value
Just
do you want me to
any
push?
random value, just so you can see. It shouldn't mess with the state machine at all, since there it is.
Okay.
So that's what it should have done, except with like the actual value it's supposed to. So we're on move down state, right? Change depth
Yeah.
to target. So let's find that.
All right. So just so we follow along in the recording, I'm guessing you're looking at cdragonstates.py.
Yes.
All right. Let me go to that. So that's under the master branch.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I guess it's not giving me access to that. Let's try going through my GitHub. Leviathan AUV, master. Alright, so that's Catkin source, mission control, competition tasks, source, and then we are on cdragonstates.py. And then which line are you at?
Okay, so if you go to line 331.
331. Alright.
Okay. So you'll see the class called change depth to target, and that's the state that's being run right now for move down, right?
Okay.
And then in the init, you'll see the self and then depth target. So that's the value that's being passed into it from the buoy.
Mhm.
And then you'll see 2 raw subscribers on line 346 and 347. Right now, we only really need to worry about 346
Okay.
since we don't have a reset implemented yet. And you'll see the topic that subscribes from is depth control state, right?
Yeah.
So you see that's the topic it's checking on to make sure that it finally reaches the depth it's supposed to. And then the last argument in that line is the self.depth callback.
Yep.
So that's the function that's run anytime the something is published to the topic, right? Something changes to the topic.
Mhm.
And then about 3 lines down, line 349,
Alright.
you'll see the publisher, right?
Yep.
And then it publishes to the depth control set point.
Yep. And
So the
then
problem is that what we wanted to be published to the set point wasn't, right?
yeah.
Okay. So
And just
that's
for
what I'm talking.
clarity, what does queue size equal 10 mean in the last argument after int
It's
16?
usually if you're publishing a lot of things to like the same topic and stuff, that's how big like the queue size usually is. But that's usually not a problem. We usually don't publish the same topic at the same time.
Okay, so it's more of just like a ROS thing for it to send commands and work with itself, right?
Yep. Safety reasons and all that. And, like if there's like an important topic and like you don't want it
To be
to have,
lost.
yeah, and you don't want it like too many things published to it at once, you could change the queue size to like 1.
Okay.
That's usually not a problem with us.
So by default, you don't have to include it, right?
I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm not sure if it's like something that defaults to if you don't include it. I've always just included it as 10 because I think that's what the examples that I've looked at had it.
Okay, we can look into that later. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so if you look at the depth callback at line 351, so like I said, that's called every time that something's published to the state. And if you just look at what it does, it just saves this the value to this self.depth variable.
All right.
And so now if you go to line 358, this function right here is the thing that's executed every single time for the state, right?
Yeah.
So just prints like some information and stuff so we can
So
follow it, but the terminal moves too fast, it's kind of hard to look at.
yeah, so execute's kind of like the state action, right?
Mhm.
It's like
Yep,
the doing part of the whole loop.
exactly.
All right.
Okay, and then the first if we can kind of ignore because, like I said, we haven't implemented a reset yet. So line 364 has an if and it checks if the depth was received. You'll see that goes to true in the depth callback. So that means the depth was received. All right.
Okay.
That might actually be the problem. It's probably going into that continuously because we don't have the actual depth. The pressure sensor to send it a depth continuously.
Oh, so line 367 is triggered. It goes into that if
Mhm.
statement and then returns true.
Yeah. So it'll go into that, and then that's where it publishes it. So looking at that, go to ROS topic pub. If you go back to the stream.
Alright.
So Lucas, if you can try ROS topic pub and to the depth state, some random value that's not the one that we're supposed to go to.
Changed.
Yeah, so nothing changed at the set point, so that wasn't the problem then. I mean, easy fix would probably just to move the publisher to like the top and not have it in an if statement. But it's probably not the most efficient. So let's see what is publishing the depth target. Soft dot depth target.
Alright, so let me see if I understand this correctly. If not self depth received, so if you haven't received the depth yet, return not done, because it's still looking for the depth value, right? For line 364.
Yeah. So
And
that's what I
then,
thought was going on. I thought I was going into that if statement. So that's why I had to publish some random depth value.
okay.
So it won't go into that one.
And then 367, if not depth published, if the depth hasn't been published yet, okay, then it'll just publish its own target.
It'll then it'll publish, the target that's supposed to go to,
Okay.
and turn to true. So it won't go back into that again.
Oh, okay, so that will only execute once to publish its target.
Mhm.
Okay. And then after that it should stay in probably the line 364 if statement if
Well,
not
now that I'm
depth
looking at it,
received.
it's not an else if. It's just a regular if. So it should have gone in that the first time, anyways.
Yeah, you're right. They're just trailing ifs.
hmm
Okay, and then
I mean, but actually it has a return in it, so never mind. If it goes in the first one, it won't go into the next one.
Yeah. So they're still not mutually exclusive, but if one stops, the other ones, or if one triggers, then the other ones after that won't.
Yeah.
So they're effectively else ifs.
hmm
If the absolute value between self.depth and the depth target data is within variance, so if we're within tolerance, within acceptable inaccuracy, then
Mhm.
cool.
Because it's really hard to get like the
Anyways,
exact depth. So if you're like at 23.4 instead of 24, should be close enough. Stuff like that.
makes sense.
And then if it returns done, then it'd go to the next state.
Okay. So that last one's just checking if we're close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure why it's not publishing, since it should be going into that.
All right. So it should have published its own depth target, but we didn't see that value, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we published 10 from what Lucas entered, after that, it triggered the if block for if depth received, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So I'm looking at the state machine right now. It looks like there's another change depth to target. So I think we should just go through like the state machine and
Buoy
see if it
task.
works. Yeah.
All right. Which line are you at?
So line 424. See,
Dang,
so
there are
there's
that
another.
many lines. All right.
I mean,
Yep.
so the change depth to target one down there. So there's another one. So I'm wondering if we missed something, and that's why we didn't see it. So we could just go through the state machine and see if it works there or not. Does that make sense?
Kind of. So 424 has to do with torpedo board depth, right?
Yeah. So at the end of each state machine stuff, instead of letting the next state machine deal with what depths the next task is supposed to be at,
Mm-hmm.
we have the previous one do that. So after the buoy task, it would be the torpedo task. So the buoy task would end at the right depth for the torpedoes.
Oh, okay. So it kind of just passes on the baton.
Yeah.
So then we are at the end of the buoy task state machine.
Not right now. Not in the. If you look at the stream, no, we're at the line 399 one. No, line 4051.
3995.
405. 405.
345.
No, 405.
Okay, 405.
So yeah,
Move
the state
down.
moved down. It's another change to depth target.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Transition.
So
Turn around.
I would say Lucas, if you can like make another terminal. And then this one will echo the other stuff that we want to look at, and then we'll leave the one on the left just so we can monitor set point to see if anything happens with that. Does that make sense?
Wait, can you repeat that again?
This one, we'll use this one to like echo the other topics and all that,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll just leave the one on the left echoing the set point to see if something happens there. Yeah.
Alright.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go back to. Okay, so below depth. All right. Just open that up. Okay. So we'll just move on. So we can just ROS topic pub to the depth state. And we'll just do 42, which is what's waiting for to move on. And now this is the turnaround one, the rotate 180 that we already know has a problem. So yeah, so just ROS topic pub to yaw control state. So yeah, is publish 0 for now. Yeah, just 0 for now. All right, and then now publish 3.14. So yeah, this one also has a problem with the set point. So we'll just skip through that one real quick. So now it's moving forward again. All right. So on the one underneath, right? The one they have ROS topic echo depth control state. You can go to it real quick and cancel that, and then echo the depth control, no, yaw control step point.
You want me to publish again?
No. Echo yaw control set point. It might have been too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
We might be.
I was hoping kind of needed to get to it before move back was done. But yeah, anyway, so there's a value that's supposed to output as set point 4, and now you just need to change the yaw to it. So if you can follow like the state machine terminal at all, you can see that the yaw current state is 3.14 and the set point is supposed to be 3.64. So it's waiting until we get to 3.64. So yeah, you're publishing to the step point right now. So this is what the state machine should have done. So yeah, just press enter. And you'll see 3.64 shows at the bottom. So now if the state does hit 3.64, so now it's us that point publish that to state.
So you want me to publish to state yaw state?
3.64.
Okay.
So that's what's supposed to be waiting for.
All right. Let me make this one wait for. Go for state instead.
And you'll see that it moves down. And actually, if you look to the left, you'll see that it actually works, right?
Yeah.
So that means that state was actually working and there wasn't an error. We just probably weren't echoing at the right time for it. So you see that the set point for the depth becomes 36.
Yeah.
So that means that the state machine is waiting until it gets to that 36. So if you do depth control state 36, it'll move on, and I think that's the last state for the state machine. Oh, wait, before you do that, actually. Go to the echo one underneath, and echo, let me see what it's called. buoy underscore task underscore complete. Just echo that one. And then, yeah, publish 36 to the state above it. And so, yeah, the state machine ends. It goes back to the beginning, and you'll see that complete is true now. And so yeah, that's basically a tutorial on how to use ROS topic pub, ROS topic echo.
Or a way to see it in action.
Check for bugs. This is ROS topic pub and ROS topic echo is a pretty okay way to check for bugs. I don't actually think there's a better way for for checking for bugs in ROS in general. Of course, for us, since it's actually supposed to be moving a sub and things, if we get simulations working, that would be a pretty good way to check for bugs to see if it actually does it and all that. But yeah, for ROS nodes in general, I think this is the best way. Yeah, that's basically it.
Nice. All right. That's pretty good. It's 2:02, so if you guys have things to do, don't want to keep you. The meeting is officially over. If there are any other questions, then yeah, go ahead and shoot.
All right. See you later, dudes.
See ya.
And then for Friday, I'll get like the what's it called, the listener talker stuff, and we can actually look at the code to see how like the subscribers and publishers work in code.
Sounds good. Oh, so Hubert and Aramis are here. Did you guys have anything to update?
No updates really.
Okay, sounds good.
And then
Wait, so Mario, sorry, you said on Friday you're also gonna go over the listener and like publisher, subscriber,
yeah, the listener
like code and
talker.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna go through like the
Okay.
listener talker stuff. Just so you guys can see how like publishers and subscribers work in code. And I think I'm gonna do the C++ one, obviously, because that's what you guys are using for the GUI.
Yeah.
We saw a
Okay.
little bit of the Python one today, but yeah, we'll go through like the C++ one.
Okay.
Ready?
All right, sounds good. Yeah, if there's nothing else, we can just end the meeting here. Quick question for you, Marius.
Yeah.
So when you ran Gazebo, ROS is running in the background. You have the terminals open, and then you can see the terminals and Gazebo at the same time, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you would be able to do that in WSL. Because I
So
remember with Lucas, you're on WSL, right?
But not WSL2.
Okay, but you're on WSL, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because when we try to do the RQT graph, right,
Work.
it doesn't work. Doesn't like doesn't have like the window pop up and all that.
Yeah, because I don't think I have that. I don't think WSL1 has that level of features as a typical Linux distro.
Okay, so Qt didn't work correctly, which was part of the interface for Gazebo.
Yeah. So there's some ROS commands that you can do, like RQT graph, and it shows you like all the nodes and stuff. But like, yeah, the actual interface doesn't show up if you run that.
Okay, but on Ubuntu it does.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. What we can try, from what I remember, is switching between WSL 1 and 2 shouldn't be too bad. All you have to do is make sure you're on the latest Windows update, and there's like a couple of commands you can run, and it just sets it so that you're on WSL 2 rather than 1. You might have to like restart and it'll update or something, but I believe it's pretty seamless, if that's something we want to try.
So wait, Tanny, WSL2 does offer RQT?
I don't know. I have heard that it's a better integration and allows more extensive integration of the Linux subsystem. I don't know what extra capabilities it offers because unfortunately the OS that had WSL 2 installed kind of died on me, and I'm pretty sure it's a NVMe hard drive failure.
I see.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, yep, so I'm just running WSL1 on my other hard drive right now, and we can try that out and see. But if Ubuntu is the way to go, then we can just do that, because that's how we've been developing pretty much ROS and all the state machines so far.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Any other ROS questions before I head out?
How powerful of a computer do you think we would need to run ROS and Gazebo
And Gazebo?
and Gazebo? So that we can do our
Um,
whole software integration stuff. Because Gazebo probably needs like some kind of graphics processing, right?
I don't think so, because Hubert's been able to run it on a VM. But I don't know how well it's gone on his system.
Hubert, can I ask what your system hardware specs are and how well Gazebo runs graphically?
So for my virtual computer, I don't have a GPU.
Oh,
For my, yeah.
But has it been running okay-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like it's a little slow, but yeah, that's what it needs to do.
So it hasn't been struggling too much.
Yeah.
okay. So let me just put that down real quick. Simulation Gazebo runs on VM for Hubert without much struggle on a... Is it a laptop or a desktop?
Laptop.
So does it just use integrated graphics?
I think so.
Okay, that's cool. Because I'm thinking of setting up my Minecraft server computer as a computer that I can remote into, and then maybe just installing Ubuntu on that, or maybe on something else, and then just have that something as something that can be controlled. So I'm thinking about that, and maybe just having that as like a stable computer that can be remoted, and then maybe open that up later so that we have something that we can all develop on. So just a thought. Thank you.
I know you said it's a little bit slow, right, Hubert?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my laptop does have like um dedicated graphics card, and I haven't seen it stutter at all. And it's been moving pretty fast too with Gazebo. So just thought I should bring that up.
Okay. That'll be interesting to look into then, because the one that I have is a CS lab machine. It has a GPU. It's not the best GPU. It's an NVIDIA, I think like, what was it? P400 or something. It's one of those like workstation ones where it's not like a GTX. It's like mostly just for like rendering and some other stuff. Um, so yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Okay, yeah, that's the only question I had.
All right.
All right, thanks guys.
All right. I'm gonna head out then. I'll see you guys later.
See you later.
Yeah.